Hope you're all doing well. Here comes the distractions. Like clockwork. Love the Matrix, which is exactly what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to go deep into the Matrix, into the illusion, and kind of explain it to you so maybe you can get an understanding of what you're going through and what you're up against. Because a lot of the things that you experience that you think, man, why am I not getting ahead? Or how come I healed that and here it is again? Like, what is going on? There's a reason for that. It's not always you doing this. This was created by design. Now, we currently reside in a simulation. This current reality in Earth is a simulation. What is a simulation? Well, it's kind of like in the Air Force where they sit into the planes and they're pretend flying, right? They're getting used to understanding where all the gadgets are, what it's like to tip or have the elevation, and they're just getting used to that in that controlled environment before they go out into the real environment. It's a way to test things to make sure they're successful before the big launch, before you're set free. So this particular simulation is one of many that are going on right now. This one is actually, I talked about this in a couple video before, but this is one of the ones that's actually looking like it's going to be a success. So, which is fantastic. Well, what is success for this? The success is, and the reason why the simulation was created was so that the universe could reset, so that it could be recreated in love, in unity, the way that it was supposed to be created from the beginning. Because unfortunately, that did not happen. As you can clearly see from everything around you, there is polarity, there is hate, there is war, there is division, there is lies, there's manipulation. And some would say, oh, you have to have polarity, you have to have one to have the other. And my question to that is, okay, if you believe that, then how do I word this? Sorry. Why don't you go exist in that negative aspect only? If you feel that you have to go through the negativity, all of it, all of the negativity, the whole fucking array, not just a little bit. Don't pick and choose. No. You go to the pinnacle of hell. Let me know how that feels. Sit there for eons, and you let me know how good that feels. And if we should create a reality where people suffer, they're in pain, they're fighting each other, they're killing each other, they're raping each other, they're lying to each other, they're inauthentic, they're living a lie, they're miserable. Let me ask you, is that the way you want to exist? You like that reality? Because if you do, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Which is why the universe has now been split into two. Because there are those out there that like to dominate. They like control. They like to victimize. They're predators. They like to prey. Okay, well, fine. If that's how you choose to live your reality, no problem. You go live in a totally different reality, a totally different universe where you are surrounded by and with others just like you. You don't get to prey on those of us that are innocent and want a different reality, which is unity and love. No. You don't get that reality. You got to pick one. You don't get to play in this one and then do this. That's not how it's going to be anymore. It's not going to be polarity. Because those of us that have suffered, those of us that have been stuck in hell for eons or our entire life have watched people rip things from us, steal from us, lie to us, beat us, rape us, torture us. Those of us like that, we don't want that anymore. We don't deserve it. I didn't deserve to be attacked. I didn't attack anybody else. I was just an innocent child, like many others of you out there. I didn't deserve that. So for those of you that want to exist in that reality, you think polarity's cool, you like that dynamic, go for it. Absolutely. Go stay in that matrix, go stay in that simulation, go stay in that universe, because I'm going over here. And so in this simulation, we were supposed to, the original intent was to bring the right and the left hand, this polarity, this negative and positive, to bring these two back together, just like in the days of Egypt, when Ra and Namina were here. They tried it then. They were supposed to come back together in love, create a child, which they did, Arun, and then they were supposed to stay together and teach and heal in love. That's not how it happened. Because we have the same fucking thing. No. Ra decided, yeah, I don't want to play that way, because Ra's a little dirty, to be honest with you. He likes to steal ideas, abilities from others and claim them as his own and amass power. So here we go. So now we have a system where you have a small group of people who, we'll back up, during Germany, during World War, I think it was one, bad at history, Hitler. A lot of people don't know that Hitler used psychics. He used psychic warfare. He had a group of psychics who would project, they would time-space jump, they would move their consciousness to different, and they would cause havoc, and they would change timelines. Well, how did Hitler, being just a human, how did Hitler know about these tactics? Because Hitler was guided by aliens. Lovely group of aliens. I will not expose who they are, but you know who you are. I know who you are. Because the aliens, the Intergalactic Council, said we will not allow Earth to have a representative come into the council, because we will only deal with one. We will not deal with many. So back then, they tried to come under a one world order. Sound familiar? We almost went through this before. Back in 2012-ish, when the world was supposed to end. And the Mayans were right, by the way. But again, a new timeline was created, but that's a whole nother story. But these aliens who assisted Hitler, who used psychic warfare, who used psychics, they put the metals and things in the water to dumb the people down, which is the same shit that they do here, okay? They wanted to amass power under one person, because one, if you can amass power under one dictator, then you can control everything. It was a control. It was all about control. And I learned this from one of the individuals that I have met along my journey, who actually, two of them, my ex-husband actually sought me out. He was an assassin for the U.S. government and part of the psychological warfare department. Oh yes, the U.S. government has that too. And they use that. And there is a coven of witches and warlocks, of individuals, of psychics who use their abilities to control the matrix here. So what is the matrix? The matrix is like a web. It is like a ooey gooey web where they can funnel information into it. They can funnel downloads into it to get you to comply, to keep you stuck. They root you in suffering and in survival mode. They remove your intuition. They siphon your intuition and your psychic gifts so that they can maintain control. Same thing Hitler did. This was supposed to be in 2012. That's the route they were going again. We're on a different timeline now. So this group of individuals control everything. Your media, your music, Hollywood, military, government, all of it. You ever notice that everything that you digest, not everything, but 98% of the shit that you ingest around here is negative? Is your media positive? Or is it fear-based? Music, fear-based. Hollywood, fake. Fake idols. Music industry, fake idols. Your government, is it for you? Do you feel safe and protected, or is that an illusion too? So the goal of this group is to maintain control, is to keep you in a victim loop so that you don't remember or recognize the truth, about yourself. Because if you recognize the truth, like my dear friend told me, you wouldn't be controllable. And my response to him was, why would I want to control somebody else? It's not my job. I'm not their God. I think they should be free. And then he tried to hack. Not that it worked, but that's a whole nother story. Point is that the Matrix has been designed just like in the movie The Matrix to keep you stuck in that cocoon like that, and they pull the strings. You ever notice in the movie, in The Matrix, they're in that cocoon, that bubble? It looks like a chrysalis. And they've got all these cords connected to them, Neo and Trinity. You do too. They're all down your spine. They're in your major chakras. That's how they download information into you. There's one central unit. Now, once Neo and Trinity unplugged from that system, once they realized, I don't believe these lies, I'm not a slave, I have the right to think and be whoever I want, I'm not going to do what you think I should do, they started getting attacked. Big time. It's the exact same thing here. That's going to happen. Because once you unplug from it, you're not controllable anymore. That scares the shit out of them. Because they realize that, uh-oh, we're busted. You are awake. You see the truth about who we are and what we've done. And now, the best part, they have to take responsibility. Everything that they stole to create this sick utopia must be given back. It has to. The scales have to balance. God will balance them. God will take care of it. But these individuals, their goal is to be God, is to control everyone and everything, because they believe that, hey, this is a controlled environment, we're in control. So a select group of people are in control of everything and everyone at some level. You have to go into that cocoon and you have to disconnect from everyone and everything. it's going to hurt. Because the ego in the system isn't a fake you. It's not an illusion you. It's the system creating a false you so that you believe that that's you. And it will not let go. And you're going to have to seek God and rip it out. This is what God did to me years ago, ripped it out. It hurt immensely, and it's hurting this time. But I'm doing it in smaller increments, so it's not as painful. Because once you completely release from this matrix, from this illusion, these lies that you're separate from God, that you're not a God, that you don't have the ability to manifest and create, that you don't have creation energy or imagination, or that you can't instantly manifest or levitate or walk through walls. Once you disconnect from the lie, just like in the Matrix, like Neo and Trinity, watch the last Matrix. Definitely. Because that's the next level. That's what's coming. You start to realize, I can move all these particles. I can create whatever I want. I am not separate from God. God energy is me. You've just been trying to control me. You're not in control of me. And I don't believe you. And you're not going to get anywhere near me. This is going to create massive division for a while, because these energies that have been in power for so long, here, guided by higher level intelligence, aliens. But there's intelligence above the aliens, by the way. So they got overridden. Just saying. That's a little sidebar. The entire trajectory, the entire timeline of the planet, of the entire universe was shifted back in 2012. It's when we all jumped into a different way. And it began. That's why we didn't see the world end. That's why they didn't take over. Because it was going to be massive destruction then. It was going to be the elimination of most. It was going to be concentration camps. It was all ready. It was just like back in the days of World War I with Hitler. They were preparing for it so that they could rule, a small group could rule over a few. No. God would not want us to create life, to destroy it, to keep it held down, to keep it stagnant. God didn't create this matrix. God did not create this system. A sick, twisted mind did. But that mind is being forced to heal. It's being forced to see its ways. It's being forced to come out of that division, that separation. The fall of Samael, the fallen angel. Why did he fall? Because he defied God's will. What was God's will? Create with your soulmate, your twin flame, in love, in unity. Because God knew that with love, growth, expansion, creation, creativity, it's endless, it's infinite. God knew. Samael, you did too. Unfortunately, you got that little thought in your head that you wanted to be God, and you were mad at God, and you waged a war against God, and you waged a war against your soulmate. But now you're coming out of that. You're forced to. You're being pushed into your own shit. And you're evolving, and I'm proud of you. And for the other side as well, the feminine, I'm proud too. We're evolving as well. No longer a victim to these predators. Predators aren't going to prey anymore. You got to unplug from the matrix. Unplugging from it means you don't believe the lies anymore. You disconnect from everyone and everything. You've been living a lie. You've been encapsulated in a lie. And the reason why you haven't been able to evolve in some ways is because of those connections. Some of you don't even see them because they are at such a high level, because you're not just a human being. You're a multidimensional being. You're a bigger being than just this little body. You have your human mind, you have your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is huge. You're like a giant computer with all these memories that have emotions, that create timelines. And you have to be able to get into that subconscious, integrate with that subconscious, look at those memories. This is how you heal. This is how you break free. Because once you heal the subconscious mind, the things that you're not even aware of, the blocks and the stops that have been put in there by magic or hexes or whatever else has been put in there, not just by you, because sometimes you will put stops in there for yourself because you need to learn something and then you have to go back, but mainly by this system. But things are working in tandem. The system is being dismantled from within because you have to go to the root of it. I had to go to the root where these individuals are and start to illuminate, light up, show them show the truth of who they are, and then put them in the same energy that they put everybody else in, and then return the things that they stole. That had to be done. And then at the same time, you have to heal. As this energy is dismantling and your stuff is coming back, you're healing. And both are happening at the same time. Okay, I think I've gone on enough about this. I hope this made sense. Sometimes when you see and understand things that are bigger, grander, greater, it's sometimes hard to speak. And for me, I try to do this as much as I can, but I'm so focused on completing my mission that I'm heads down, and that will be first. That will be my first thing, is to get the job done. If I can relay the information, great. But if not, I'm sorry. I do so much so fast that I can't always get it out. But I'm trying. But I do know, and I do see in the future, that there is going to come a point where finally it clicks. Finally, the spark, the ripple effect, where those that have been encased into the matrix, the illusion, where all this stuff, this webbing, this netting is around you and it's keeping you trapped, it's coming off. And that's coming soon. And then from there, it'll be just a mass healing for many. There's going to be a lot that are going to be left behind. They're not going to make it. That's not your concern. That's their free will choice. They made that choice. Your job is you. As it's not selfish, it's self-love. You're it. And even with my kids, I connect them to God. God, you got them. They're your children. Yes, I birth them. Yes, I protect them and I provide for them. But they're individual sovereign beings. They're not my responsibility in that aspect. And I have to honor their free will, provide for them what they need. But as energy beings, they're not mine. None of this is mine. The only thing I'm responsible for is me. And staying focused on what it is I need to do. And then from there, everything ripples out. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I love you. Have a great day.